Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we'll be focusing on factoring. Now, with factoring, it's also important that you know the FOIL method, so watch one of my previous videos just so that you can figure out that before we dive into this video. But without further ado, let's head on straight into this video. So what is factoring? Factoring is taking a factored equation such as x squared plus 5x plus 4 and figuring out if I write x plus or minus a number, multiply it using FOIL method by x plus minus another number, then will it equal this equation that I'm given? Factoring is something that requires a lot of practice, so I'd recommend practicing a lot. But how would I figure this out? So there's a very useful trick that you can use, and it's by seeing what two numbers do I need to take that will multiply to, in this case, -4. However, they will add to 5. So let's say I were to write my equation as a plus bx plus c, or a plus b plus c. So I want to figure out what two numbers multiply by c to get c and what two numbers add to get the b. So for example, in this equation, we have 1 and 4. When you multiply them, you get 4, and when you add them, you get 5. And then when I FOIL out this equation, just to make sure, I will get x squared plus x plus 4x plus 4, which is x squared plus 5x plus 4. So that's why FOILing comes in really handy, so that you can go ahead and check if your factoring is right. Now let's say I were to take z squared plus 9z plus 8. So again, I'm going to take two numbers that multiply to 8 and add to 9. In this case, it's 1 and 8. So when you're factoring, you're just going to have to do a lot of trial and error in your mind. And these are simpler problems. So if you guys want a part 2 with more in-depth on more difficult problems, then please like this video. But anyways, then we'll write x plus 1, or z plus 1 in parentheses times z plus 8. And when we FOIL it, we get z squared plus 8z plus z plus 8, which is z squared plus 9z plus 8, which is the equation that we're looking for, so we know that we factored it correctly. Let's do another equation. Let's say we have n squared plus 10n plus 21. So what two numbers multiply to 21 and add to 10? So in this case, it'll be 7 and 3. If we look at it, so this is a very simple way, just having these little two lines on the side and thinking about it in your mind and then seeing, does this make sense? And yes, you'll have to go through a bunch of different possibilities, especially if the number is a big number like 72 with multiple different kinds of factors. However, when you find it, you'll be able to know by testing out the FOIL. Now let's do another one. A squared plus 20a plus 36. So here, what we're going to do is, again, we take what two numbers multiply to get 36 and then add to get 20. And in this case, those two numbers are 2 and 18. They multiply to get 36 and add to get 20. So we have a plus 2 and a plus 18, both in parentheses, as our factored version. And let's say, again, we were to have a different problem, like y squared plus 6y plus 9. So then we do the same exact thing. What two numbers multiply to get 9 and add to get 6? And those numbers are 3 and 3, so we get y3 times y plus 3. You could write y3 squared with a exponent squared next to the first parentheses, or you could just write it like this. Now for the next one, we're going to have to think a little differently, because we have -4 this time. And -2 and -2, they equal 4 when multiplied. And when added to each other, they equal -4. So you have to make sure you pay attention to the signs, because the signs can easily tell you, are my answers going to be, am I going to have a negative number, or am I going to have a positive? So sometimes you'll have to think outside the box in that way. So let's try another one with negatives. T squared minus 14t plus 49. So again, it will be -7 and -7. So as you can see, they multiply to get 49, and and they subtract and add to get to negative 14. So our answer will be t minus 7 squared, or you can write t minus 7 times t minus 7. Now you are going to have 2 minutes to factor both of these equations. Did you do it? Let's check if you got the correct answers. So we're going to try and find what two numbers multiply to 64 and add to 16. So we'll get 8 and 8. So we'll get 8 plus 8 times 8 plus 8. And then for the next one, negative 7 and negative 2, they multiply 14 and add negative 9. Congrats, you made it to the end of this video. Whether it's you needed help with this concept, you wanted some extra practice, or you just wanted to review, I hope you learned something or got some extra practice in. It'd mean the world to me if you subscribed and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I post a brand new video. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. It just tells me if I need to change anything. And if you have any suggestions for any of my future videos, make sure to leave them in my discussion page, or you can email me, which is in the description box. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Bye!